Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So this morning I went to Central Jersey for some business, and now I'm done, and I am heading home. But I realized that this area very close to one of the company that selling one of the very good product for us photographer, V Flatworks. So I wanna give the guy run the company a call. And see if he in the office. I'm gonna come to visit him. Let's do it. Hey man, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm good, Duke. How are you?
Good, good. Hey, actually, I am in Central Jersey today for some business, and now I'm done. And I realized that, like, I think this area very close to your company. Are you at the office?
I'm gonna be there in like 5 minutes.
Oh, that's cool. So, uh, do you mind that I stop by and we can talk a little bit?
Dude, absolutely. It
All
will
right.
be
So,
my pleasure.
okay, cool. So, just send me your address, and I'm gonna be there. I don't know how far from here, but I'll try my best.
Okay, I'm looking forward. I'm gonna text you now.
All right, thank you. See you, man.
I'll see you. Bye.
Bye. All right, cool. So we're gonna come there and talk to him. Actually, I've been using his V Flat for like 6-7 months now, and I really like it. But I'm curious like how this guy started the company, because this company is kind of new, and but they're getting very popular now. So let's do it. All right, Phil, thank you for having me today. And
It's a pleasure to have you. I'm really excited that you're here.
yeah,
I feel like I know you better than I actually probably know you because we follow you on social media and
we talk a lot
we talk a lot.
but we only met once at Photo Plus last
Right,
year's, right?
right.
Okay, usually as a photographer, we're using a lot of different gears like cameras, lenses, lights, modifiers, everything. So why V flat?
V flats to me have a lot of functionality compared to other lighting modifiers because there's multiple ways it can be used. I think personally there's 9 ways I can name you that they can be used, but I think there are even more ways they can be used. Just to fill light, to subtract light, to block light, to light a background evenly, um, to to fold it up and use it as a wind machine, to use it as a changing room.
You sound like a photographer, man, than the businessman.
Yeah, so I started out as a photographer. I did fashion photography for about 6 years,
Okay.
up until around a year ago when we started the company, V Flat World, and yeah, I shot for a lot of smaller brands, startup brands, boutiques, different, you know, just basically photographing mostly female models for these clothing lines, and that was the kind of work that I enjoy doing.
Mhm.
Um, and that campaign style, the editorial style. And V flats was something that I didn't even know what they were, to be honest. For the first few years that I was shooting, I've seen them in behind the scenes on different videos I was watching to educate myself. Came across some really good videos on YouTube with V flats being used, and I think for a few months I was trying to get hold of V flats and figure out how to make them or how to buy them. The buying option wasn't realistic. There was a place in New York selling them for, I think, $150, and to ship it was $375. So it
Yeah,
was $508. I remember the total was
because of the sizes.
because of the size. So it was way oversized. So it had to be shipped with freight, so not standard ground or any of that, FedEx, UPS stuff. Super, super expensive, and they weren't foldable. So, which is another thing, is that you can't take them anywhere with you. They don't have any portability because they're not foldable.
Actually, before I have the foldable V flat from you, I never thought that V flat is the thing for on location use or for carrying around. That impossible. I mean, like we never thought about that because the traditional V flat that you just talk about, like if you have to buy like 4x8, like for the regular the standard size,
Right.
it's gonna be very big. You're gonna have the like a truck with the full size bed to
Right.
put that one on.
Yeah, you got to rent like a U-Haul truck or a pickup truck or something.
Yeah.
To me, with V-flats was the portability aspect of it, because I didn't have my own studio at the time, and I needed to bring them. If I was shooting corporate headshots in an office, because I did that on the side as well, and I wanted to bring a V-flat with me. There was no way I could do that. The fact that they're portable now and foldable, it allows you to put them in your car and bring them with you. So, and generally, when people say, when we refer to them as being used on location, we're not really talking about outside, because the wind definitely, unless you have an assistant to hold it, the wind will take it like a sailboat. But on location, referring to from studio to a house to an office to another house back to a studio, bringing them around with you, because most people nowadays are mobile. They don't necessarily have their own separate studios. They're using their houses or garages as studios. So
Yeah, that's why the most common reflector that people use is just the one that you actually can twist and fold.
right,
And
right.
most of the time they're gonna use the either the silver or the gold
Silver,
one.
gold.
And most of the people, they don't think about you for the black side, which
Right.
is like we use a lot with the V flat for the negative field.
I'm just curious, when did you start using V flats? Because you told me that you had to make your own V flats.
Yeah, actually,
And we posted a picture of you the other day painting one of your V flats.
yeah, that was a kind of like funny post anyway. So it's gonna be about like a couple years ago when I start running workshop in my own studio. I know how to use V flats, but I never thought I have one because I got the same problem that I live in South Jersey. So to me, if I want a piece of foam ball 4x8, it's gonna cost me like a few $100s for the shipping.
Right.
So and I think it's not worth it because the foam ball itself is just about like 150 something, and it's gonna be very ridiculous if you pay a lot of money,
Right.
like 500, eventually sometimes something like that, to get a foam ball.
For sure.
And just for one.
Right.
I'm a very handy man, so I made a lot of DIY stuff. So of course I came up with I made the DIY V flat, which is I went to Home Depot and bought the 4x8
The insulation board.
insulation board.
Styrofoam.
I have a truck, so I can I don't have to
Right.
spend money for that.
Right.
So it's kind of like in that way we save money.
Right.
People most of the time think that DIY stuff for saving money.
Right.
But I end up with have to buy the isolation board. If I don't have the truck, I'm gonna have to rent the
Right.
like U-Haul or something like that.
You gotta buy paint.
And then I have to buy the pen. You cannot buy the pen for like that kind of a size for two of the two panels. You cannot buy the small the pen in the like a small
Small containers.
small container. You have to buy the big one.
Right.
So it's gonna end up with about like 20 something dollar.
Right.
for one color, which is
Right.
white, so you have to buy two for the black if you want
Right.
to, and I have to spend time to paint it, which is fun. It's nothing too crazy, but you have to wait for
Right.
it dry and then you
Right.
paint it again. So the 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 worst part is the if you want a good one, the wood for the isolation board, it can stand up. You have to buy the thicker one,
Thick
like it's
ones, a
about
one
like
inch.
1 inch.
Yeah.
So and by that you cannot tape two of them together.
Right. Because it's too thick.
Yeah, because if you buy the thinner one like half inch, it's
Right.
gonna be bent
It'll
and
warp
curved
and bend over. Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, and that's the thing about foam boards. Foam boards are actually foam core foam boards. What we use, which is half inch.
Yeah.
It's very durable, and it's a very rare. There's very few places that manufacture this type of product, which is why it's not as inexpensive as people think. People assume right away foam board it's inexpensive, and until they research and find out themselves, they realize very quickly that it's not. It's not so simple to make. The foam core inside is made out of like a wood pulp.
Actually, there are a lot of people come up with the DIY idea for the V flash most of the time. Um, like I said earlier, for saving money, but I end up eventually not saving money. Why? Because let's say like if you have one firm ball, right, one isolation ball, and you cannot stand it itself because you don't have the V shape.
Right.
So you have to make another DIY stand
Right.
for it, which is not good sometimes because I use this for the background sometimes, and I
Right.
don't want to spend time every single photo that I have to Photoshop out
Right. The stand.
the stand.
The bottom.
If I don't use a stand, I have to use one C stand with the
Right.
boom arm to
hold
hold
it on
it
top. Right.
on the top to hold it stand.
Right.
And so I end up let's say one C stand with the boom arm with the cheap one that you can buy on Amazon. It's gonna cost you at least like $150
For
anyway.
sure. Yeah, we actually just did a video with Jeff Carpenter at Ready Light Media, and he basically I told him to go out and make his own V flat and vlog everything and just film his process, how much it costs, everything. I told him whatever it costs, I'll pay for it, but just do it in a real way and in an honest way, and I want people to actually have a real idea of what it actually costs someone who's did a fair amount of research and doesn't have a truck like most people, and it ended up costing him I think $261 to make one V flat. Yeah, I mean,
But that not to mention is I
And
think
4
is
hours
that
of time.
not everyone have live close to somewhere that they
Right.
sell that you can buy.
And that's the
it like
thing
that
also
way.
is that most people don't actually even if you were to make your own V flat, most people don't live near a place that sells black and white foam board or even just 4x8 foam board sheets for that matter. I mean, we live in New Jersey, which is a very populated area. Which for the size of New Jersey, there's a lot of people. It's very densely populated, and it's right next to New York. And they have all different sorts of shops there. They don't sell shops that sell foam boards.
Yeah,
They
I
don't have
I
shops
can
that-
tell in Hobby Lobby they can have the very thin one.
Very thin ones.
And
But
then
I've never
small.
seen this.
It's just not the full size.
They have the very small ones. I've never seen 4x8 sheets of foam board. I mean, maybe on the West Coast, I've never. It's just not something that really exists anywhere, and I've searched high and low. Yeah, and it's pretty crazy that we've been able to start less than a year ago and grow at the speed that we grew with people like the help of you. You're one of the first people to really get involved and start using our product and posting pictures and tagging us in it and basically just showing people that follow you, what you got your hands on, and that was a very powerful way for us to get ourselves out there.
I believe that you guys have the video to show people that like 5 ways.
Yeah, so we did a video I think called 5 Common Ways to Use our V flat, and it's just fill, subtract, background, light a background, flag light, and then we did another video 4 alternative ways to use our foldable V flat, and it shows some new options to use the V flat. And one of the reasons there are more options is because it is foldable. So, you know, one of the ways that you told me that you were using it, and some other photographers have been using it as well, is you basically fold it in half and you put it on the model's lap, and the other half stays on the floor. So it's like half standing. The V flat's basically half standing on the floor and the other half on the model, and it adds.
I actually really like. I really like that way because the shooting is work as a fill line. It also work as a posing table.
Right.
So thank you so much for having me today.
Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me. I appreciate it.
All right, and I hope everything gonna be much better for you, and I'm looking forward to see your new products.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, dude. And thank you guys for watching.
Thank you for watching.